Harry and Meghan effect. I've been saying all morning, you know, whatever defenders of that couple want to say, they cannot deny that their antics in the twilight years of the Queen's long life made her twilight years, shall we say, at the very least, extremely difficult.
Well, yeah, and it was Katie Nichols that reported that the Queen had reached out and attempted to see Harry and Meghan because they were conveniently in the UK at the time of her death. Meghan was, you know, if you guys want to get Meghan Markle back, because I've seen some of your commentary lately, Kevin, you're saying she's never coming back. You don't want to.
I don't think so.
All you have to do, Kevin, is give her a trophy. All you have to do is give her another award. But, you know, they were in town so Meghan could accept an award, so Harry could visit with Wellchild, and the Queen had allegedly reached out and asked to see them, and they rejected her because I think at the time they were trying to prove themselves and say, we don't need the Queen, we don't need the royal family. And, you know, there are a lot of royal watchers like me that have a hard time forgiving them for that. And so I think Americans are you know, I do think it was that car chase, the near catastrophic car chase in New York that changed a lot.
The slow speed car chase that they estimated reached speeds of up to 9 miles an hour.
Yes, exactly. But I do think that today, if you stopped a stranger on the street in the United States of America, they would tell you that they felt like Harry and Meghan had bullied the royal family and continue to bully the royal family in some of their actions.
Absolutely. This is Prince Harry last night at the Wellchild Awards, paying tribute to his late grandmother.
As you know, I was unable to attend the awards last year as my grandmother passed away. As you also probably know, she would have been the first person to insist that I still come to be with you all instead of going to her. And that's precisely why I know exactly 1 year on that she is looking down on all of us tonight, happy we're together, continuing to spotlight such an incredible community.
I certainly, Kinsey, don't want to rain on the parade of Wellchild and that extremely impressive event, and good for Harry for being there, but him paying tribute to his grandmother, saying, oh, she'll be looking down on us happily and all that. I mean, that rings a bit hollow. He's got a cheek, hasn't he?
Well, you know, I also believe that his grandmother would encourage him to be kind to his family, and he's been anything but over the last few years, and you know, since her death. You know, it was a bizarre statement, but he was really in a difficult spot because if he did not acknowledge her, we would have criticized him for ignoring the woman that gave him the platform he has today, so he can run all over, you know, the West Coast and produce a lot of content that people aren't watching. And he had to be really careful about what he did say because all eyes were going to be on him. So I wouldn't have wanted to be in his position. But I do wonder, I know he's been a patron of Wellchild for like 15 years, but I do wonder between Beyonce, between the Miami-LA game, how much is this trying to distract from the fact that they're failing professionally so horribly here in the United States?
Also, can you reflect on some of what these couple have got up to over the last couple of years? Because I think we kind of forget the shock of when they first did that interview with Oprah Winfrey and started talking about the royal family being racist. They've in their Netflix documentary they talked about you know the institution, as they call the royal family, you know, being built on slavery, and let's not even go to some of the places that Harry went in his nasty, spiteful little book Spare. I mean, it's extraordinary what that couple have done to the royal family since they headed for the sunny climes of California, isn't it? I mean, all they've done is lobbed grenades over the Atlantic.
And that's why I thought what he said was sweet, but how authentic is it? How authentic is it when you're absolutely right. It starts with Oprah Winfrey. There were claims from Harry and Meghan's camp that Prince Philip at the time wasn't really sick, or wasn't so sick that they should postpone the Oprah Winfrey interview. The royal family was just trying to use it as a way to distract from their Oprah Winfrey interview. I mean, we now know the man was practically on his deathbed. And I'm sure that their actions didn't help, you know, his ill health at the time. So the Oprah Winfrey interview happens before Prince Philip and the Queen pass. But then there was so much buildup to the Netflix series and Spare that I know it generated fear within the palace walls. And I know that there was anxiety associated with it. Giles Brandreth said that the Queen was comfortable with Harry's book, that she felt like he should be able to tell his truth, speak his truth if that's what he wanted to do. However, after Giles read it, he felt like the Queen would have been appalled by the message. Probably the Elizabeth Arden chapter. Yeah. But you know, it's been punch after punch after punch. And even with this Invictus, the Heart of Invictus, it's like, when are you just going to go, thank God I have 16 bathrooms. Thank God I have 2 healthy kids. Yeah. Thank God Meghan Markle is still waking up next to me every day. Yeah. When are you going to be grateful for the opportunities you've been given, despite everything that you continuously remind us of that hurt you?
Yeah, so there's stories now that they're looking at a property in Malibu, which is getting dangerously close to where you live, isn't it?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because you've seen it, Kevin, they're spending a lot more time in Hollywood.
Glittering Hollywood, Tinseltown, yeah.
Their people say that's not true, but their people also said they didn't participate in Finding Freedom. So, you know, I take everything they respond to with a grain of salt.
Absolutely. Can I take a final word from you, Kinsey, on what you think the Queen meant to Americans? Because I used to live there in the 90s, and the royal family are very important to Americans. It's a strange syndrome, but it's true. And they loved the Queen, didn't they?
Higher than celebrity. I mean, it's like maybe biblical royalty celebrity. It's something that celebrities can't compete with here in the States.